Hello? Connect. The president has arrived. The president has arrived.
Can you open?
You can sort it out now. We're still shooting.
No, Rena will do our traditional. It's not that's how we should do it.
Absolutely.
Then we are safe.
Yes, doctor.
Yes.
Go this way.
How are you? Fine. Coming back? Oh.
Yeah, guys, don't pass this guy. Mike, stop.
So, social distance. Thank you very much.
Please, social distance, please. As far away from me as possible. Well, thank you very much. Do you want to say something first? Okay. Well, thank you very much, and thank you for being here. As you can see, I'm with the Minister of Health, Dr. Mkhize, and Minister Motsoaledi, and Minister Pando, and our Premier here, and our MEC for Health, Dr. Ramaphosa. And we have arrived this morning, having been briefed by the Minister of Health, and indeed by our military medical service officials. The officials are here, that we are now able to declare the ranch a green zone. It has been a red zone all along, as you know, where we have put our students, the cabin crew of the flight that fetched them, as well as our military medical officers and the crew that flew them here in quarantine together with the staff that works here. And that meant that this place was declared a red zone. Now we've gone past the 14 days of quarantine, and everybody who is in this facility has been tested and has been found to be negative of coronavirus. And with that, Dr. Mkhize has said we are now able to declare that this is now a green zone, in that nobody in this facility has contracted coronavirus, and that we took good precautions to put our students, the crew, and everybody else who came from China under quarantine to make sure that no coronavirus is ever brought to South Africa from China. So this is now a green zone, and we can go in. We are now going to meet our students and everybody else who is in here in great safety, because there is no coronavirus in here. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Guys, sorry.
I'm heading over to Kusela.
Yeah. I just want to double check. I'm told that there's been an agreement on the numbers. You know the numbers, né?
Oh, we
of
go
the
back
media
to
that's going in. It was how many?
Where's the key?
Use room.
I'm going to fetch the car, ne? I'll find you.
Please.
Let me hold mine. SABC radio and 2 TV, please.
Where are they?
Where is SABC?
We are here. Okay.
You know, your plugs on me.
No. And then ENCA is 2. Where are they? Daily Maverick is 1. And then Newsroom Africa is 3.
Okay. Guys, please go get your cars, and then we'll show you where to wait once we're inside.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Pegelan.
No. Premier's office, you are part of GCIS, remember? Yeah, you are part of GCIS. Oh, okay. Power FM and Capricorn FM, that's fine.
We still have more.
Let me have this.
These people are not taking us serious.
Where's Mashiach?
Let's wait.
Okay. Let me see. Just make them aware. Yeah, Mike Maringa.
Stand up. You may sit down.
Thank you. Let's remain standing a bit and observe a moment of silence, prayer, and meditation. Thank you. We may take our silence. We'd like to really appreciate count numbers, but we just want to say as much as possible, let limit the numbers. We know ourselves, we can do our work while standing outside. It will assist. We are not going to be here for more than 10 minutes. On that note, I'm going to request the first citizen of this province, our Premier, Chukuma Tawata, to welcome all of us.
Thank you, MEC, President, Ministers, the crew, the Army, MECs, and the Executive Mayor. Let me welcome you, President, to this province, Limpopo. Limpopo is the province of peace. Anything violent doesn't survive in this province. And hence we knew that even this virus will not survive. So we want to welcome you and thank most of you, more especially the participants, those who volunteered to go and fetch our citizens from China to here. We want to say to you thank you, very heartily so. We want to say to you that all the time, whenever the history of this country is written, your names will be there. Because you volunteered at a very crucial moment. Thank you very much. Thank you, President, and you're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, Premier. We, amongst our crews and teams that are here, we've got South African Military Health Services. Colonel Dudwa, you are welcome to give just a word or two.
Mr. President, I'm Colonel Dudwa.
I'd like it if you could come and say it because those lights are blinding me.
Mr. President, initiative. My name is Colonel Amzatin Dudwa from SABC. I've been appointed as a mission commander for this mission. Well, my job is to take South African soldiers to go to China, pick up South African citizens, bring them here, keep them under quarantine, make sure they are all healthy, no one has got the virus, and then when that is finished, then I return them. I did exactly that. I would like to tell you that today we have all the people who are here, 280 of them. The people who pick up from Wuhan, the soldiers, the range staff, as well as the SAA crew, all of them tested negative. So I would like to thank you, Mr. President, for trusting us in this mission. Because 48. We went into another territory. We went in there blindly, but we went in, we picked up our people, we got them. We appreciated the media and everyone else who supported us when we arrived to welcome us. We expected hostility, but when we arrived in here, everything else was welcoming. And we had a very comfortable stay in here. We managed to keep everyone, still though it was difficult at times, because some of them are children. Sometimes they tend to misbehave, but then we try and keep them from a distance from each other, because we had guidelines that we must maintain social distancing. Our teams from the healthcare practitioners, they managed to keep everybody sanitized. We had enough stock for the lot of help as well as service. So we never ran short of anything. That is why our mission today can say successful. It has been a success, and everyone else can go back home to their families and integrate. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thanks. Touching and moving. You see, Mr. President, when he said everyone here is tested negative, I've noted that most of our cases that are testing positive in the province actually are people from other provinces. When they land from Europe, they're choosing Limpopo game farms to come and self-quarantine. In the process of quarantining themselves, they test positive because they know Limpopo maybe might test negative. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen that way with them. But there are those who are testing. We have a number of those that are testing negative, who are self-quarantined themselves in the game lodges of Honorable MEC Tawuko in the province, because they know Limpopo is a welcoming and a loving province. Captain Busi Kumalo, our hero.
I think everybody is a hero in this place. Mr. President, as the doctor introduced me, I'm the Captain Busi Kumalo. I was leading the South African Airways crew to go to Wuhan to go fetch our compatriots. When we had your call, we didn't even hesitate to say we'll do it because it was a national crisis. And we were actually, in the beginning, we were worried of a delay. We said, we must go fetch South Africa. And I must say, like I said early in the morning, we have made new friends. We all worked as a team together. Everybody, like I said, everybody is important. Everybody did their best. We appreciate the task that we have, the normal task. We were the ministers trying to stop this pandemic. It was our pleasure to be one little part of the contribution to your efforts to save our nation from this pandemic. And Premier, I'm moving to the photo. Thanks for welcoming us.
The executive mayor is here to make sure you get a stand. We told you on Saturday when we welcomed you, that is in our tradition in our province. When you come, we slaughter a chicken, we give you with its intestines, the fins and the head. We don't give you pieces here. We allow you to eat and finish it. So that's why you can hear Captain Kumalo is going to be one of our citizens. Dr. Bam, who was leading the team of NDOH, the team of health professionals who make sure they go and also screen our repatriates and take care of them even here on a day-to-day basis.
Honorable President, Ministers, Premier MEC, I would like to say we brought all our citizens, brothers, sisters, children back as we wanted, and from the beginning it was a huge task we needed to report. Brought our citizens, took all the precautions from the early days of training, and we really thank you for all the support. And I know as a country together we're going to fight this. A lot of our citizens that have come back can't wait to go out as well and voice opinion that we can beat this and we can learn a lot from them as well. We really interacted with them a lot, and for myself as well as the team, we learned a lot from our citizens as well, of resilience, how to stand together, and it's been an honor to serve. And I think each and every one of us together, it's been an honor to really serve. And like I say, we are ready to go to the next mission.
Lastly, from the SAA crew, can we have Elias Masini?
My name is Elias Mazivila. I'm the Senior Pastor, Southern Airways Minister, Ministers and Premier, and protocol observed. I'm standing here to thank our country. I'm standing here to stand and say we volunteered ourselves to go and into this mission that you have sent us. We came and when we met with the minister, we said nobody forced us from South African Airways, nobody, our families and no one. But we came here to go and represent you. We knew that you wanted us to go and really go and stand for you and really go and fetch your own people. And we did exactly that. I went with the military people, which they were wonderful. It's not easy to command people, but I've got 3 stars, as you all can see. I tried and pushed myself and worked with them, and with our engineers, our technical team, our security guys, the captains of the flight. I stood there and I said to all of them, we are going to do this. We did the dry runs in the aeroplane to make sure it's not easy, but you command and you make sure that everything is done before we get to on the other side. This song is a song that has been going around on the social media. It's a song that we sang as we descend into, Wuhan. You know, our hearts were troubled. We thought, you know what, some of us maybe thought that really we are here now. Are we going to fetch these people? What is going to happen? But the training and the preparations that we had, we were so ready for anything. We had green zones, red zones, and yellow zones, and we had a coordinator that had to coordinate everybody that was in the aeroplane. And we did that, Mr. President. And we, as my colleague was saying, and Dr. Bam was saying, that we are ready, you know, for the next mission. We are. Thank you.
I think we nearly make a mistake. There's somebody from the embassy, and I can see the minister. She's looking at me and looking at me now. I don't want to fight with my mother. Can we request just a word or two? Let's give him a round of applause. Just speak next to the mic.
Oh. Thank you, President. I think this occasion is more overwhelming than the task that we undertook to evacuate people from Wuhan. I'm speaking in front of you. As I said, it's a daunting task. We almost also missed an opportunity to represent the people that we work with at the South African Embassy in Beijing. A lot of work was undertaken before the departure of the teams from South Africa. There's a lot of colleagues in the South African Embassy in Beijing who did a super task work to make sure that all the evacuees are gathered together, that no one was left behind. We were given a small task of making sure that at the airport, everyone is accounted for. Everybody has got source documents to make sure that when the plane is ready to be boarded, was boarded. We want to take this opportunity to thank the President, the Minister of Home Affairs, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, for entrusting us with this responsibility. I think we did well as a team. There is a team from SAA, soldiers, and everyone. We must say, President, we have learned a lot. It was not an easy task. But at the end, as we found each other, it became much more easier and natural. Thank you once more. Thank you.
invited by the Commander-in-Chief himself. It is not every day, so we are really humbled by this honor, especially as a province. We will be remembered not for bringing cologne, but for taking care of South African citizens when they come to get us. So I'm going to request...
your passport, really?
Yes, we will address that issue of Home Affairs. Honestly, I'm a bit worried. We are going to request the Minister of Health to present to us the Commander-in-Chief. We will give our Minister a round of applause. You can see it's one man who has never slept. Some of us, a minister, you come here, you can think some of us are busy, I can tell you. At least I had to deal with Corona in Limpopo. Imagine all those numbers there. He must find those numbers and make sure he keeps the contact of all those numbers. We are trying by 11. He's talking about over 1,187. So let's give him a round.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. My colleagues, the ministers, the Premier, MEC, mayors, and fellow South Africans. It's a very emotional and very overwhelming moment. We want to say to you, you made us proud. But today, we are here to report to the Commander-in-Chief that he assigned us as the team of ministers to work together with all of you to make sure that we bring back to South Africa those South Africans who were in the epicenter of the coronavirus in Hebei province, Wuhan city in China. You were willing to come forth as volunteers who responded to the call by saying Tumamina. This today is a moment of which we are very proud to report. Mr. President, you instructed us to undertake a mission. Today we want to say this mission has been successfully accomplished. On behalf of the ministers, the provincial government, the Defense Force, the crews, and all the volunteers in South Africa as were part of this, we would like to invite you now to address the people who all made it to happen. To your colleagues, this is the Commander-in-Chief. He is the leader who is leading us from the front, and with him standing up and talking to us, he's actually helping the whole country to be united, to work together, to be calm as we're dealing with a very fierce opponent. We're not the only ones, but the whole world. And therefore we rely on his leadership, and therefore I'd like you to join me in welcoming President Matamela Cyril Ramaphosa to come forth and give us a word of encouragement. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's be seated, please. Let me start off by extending my greetings to the ministers who are here, and the Premier, the MECs, the officers of our National Defense Force, and indeed everyone else who is here. If there ever was a true representation of Tumamina, you are all the representation of Tumamina. For the longest time, we've been talking about Tumamina and repeating the song of Rahim Masekela, but I cannot think of a single moment when it is really truly represented in practical effect than this moment and what you did. And I'd like to thank you on behalf of all South Africans for being too much, for being sent, for agreeing to be sent. And what even makes it more important is that once a mission was conceptualized, you all said, send me, President. And so I thank you because you volunteered. You were not commandeered, you were not drawn and dragged out of wherever you were. You just stepped forward and said, we are the ones who want to be sent. And where were you being sent? You were being sent on a dangerous mission. I characterize the mission that you undertook as a most dangerous mission. You were going into unknown territory, a territory where we knew we had people who had contracted coronavirus, but you were also being sent to the epicenter, to the real heart of coronavirus. And you said you are willing to go there. Not many people would voluntarily say, I am willing to go into danger zone. I can understand with soldiers. With soldiers, they are sent to all manner of dangerous mission zones, and they have to go. That's the oath that they took. But yourselves, as the pilots of our SAA flight, as the cabin crew of our SAA flight, as officials in our embassy, home affairs, and also health department, you deliberately said, we are going into this dangerous zone, and we would like to thank you. But you also served this mission, you executed rather this mission with great distinction. Absolute distinction, with precision, and with great excellence. And give yourself a round of applause for that, because that's exactly what you made no mistakes. Yes, you went through your drills. You went through your drills either on the plane or whatever, and looked at every option, and I think you did extremely well. You acted according to the drills that you executed, and we would like to thank you. We want to thank you because you are part of the cohort of volunteers that have stepped forward in our country, and you are, as the Premier said, going to be those people whose names are going to be clearly written in the history of our country. Because this is unprecedented. Our country and nation has never been through a process like this. So in many ways, you are making history. You have made history. And even as you say you are ready for the next mission, I already have a mission for you. I already have a next mission for you. So we'd really like to thank you. We also thank you for agreeing to be quarantined. Not everyone would readily just agree that, yes, I want to be locked up and quarantined for 14 days. But you agreed that you would be quarantined. We initially said 21 days, but we were taking precautions because the mandatory period is 14 days. We are also grateful that you agreed to be tested, to be put under observation over the 14 days, and we are happy that you have all been cleared of coronavirus. There's no coronavirus among you. So that is why I was also tested, and I don't have coronavirus, so I'm happy to stand before you. But at the same time, we must also recognize the fact that we are in the middle of a huge crisis in our country. Coronavirus is just spreading throughout our nation. And each one of us has to take care, extra care, and having been tested and found negative, we must therefore take extra precautions to be safe, to ensure that we still have that distance between us and the next person, and to continue washing our hands, and to make sure that we do not contract this coronavirus. Now you are at a stage where we are going to release you to go home, to go to your loved ones, people that you have missed for this full 14 days. And we would like to extend our gratitude. I'd like you to tell your families that we are grateful to them as well, because they are the ones, your loved ones are the ones who allowed you in the end, wittingly or unwittingly, to undertake this mission. Each one of you would have discussed it with your loved one. You would have said, sweetie, lovey, the president wants me to do this, do you mind? So in the end, your loved one would have said, yes, go. So I thank them. Maybe I thank them even more than I thank you. Because they are the ones who encouraged you, who enabled you to be here. So we extend our true gratitude to your families, to your children, to your loved ones, wife, girlfriend, or partner, for having allowed you to come onto this mission. You are our true heroes. You are our true heroes because you agreed to go on a most dangerous mission, and you flew the South African flag. As your plane landed, captains, as your plane landed in China, in Wuhan, you were flying the South African flag, but you were also demonstrating the compassion that we have as a nation towards our fellow citizens. You were showing that South Africa as a nation and the government of our country cares, and that is why we brought our children and their families home. And now we are ready to take them back to their families, to rejoin their families. And for this, we truly thank you, and we know that this is a mission that you would once again be willing to execute, but we're not going to send you on another mission quickly. I want you to go and rest and be with your families. But I have your names. I have your numbers. And I will remember when another mission comes up, who to call. And so I'm going to put you on speed dial. So I will be willing to call you at any time. So thank you very much for all the excellent work that you did. You truly make us proud. You are the ones who show that our country is a country that cares, but it is also a country that has people who are disciplined, people who are willing to be sent, people who are willing to be volunteers. So my patriotic volunteers, thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you again. Thank you very much.
All right, you're coming out of that broadcast. The ranch has been declared a green area. It's COVID-19 free, and all those repatriates from Wuhan are free to go home. And as you heard, one after the other, the representatives of the groups, of the different groups, the army, the SAA, the embassy in Beijing, all coming out to say it has been a worthy mission, it was a successful mission, and they would be willing to go back to work for the country if they were called up to do it. The president getting up and saying that if ever there was a demonstration of a Tumamina moment, this has been it. All the 121 students repatriated from Wuhan declared COVID-free, and they're free to go rejoin their families. Let's take a break.
standing as we observe a moment of silence, pray, and also meditate. Thank you very much. And let me first congratulate all of you. I'm sure you deserve to be congratulated for all what you have gone through. Okay, the storm is over, but it's not yet over. Until we defeat the coronavirus, we are hoping we'll get expertise from you. With the experience that you have gone through, you are going to assist us out there. I'm not going to waste a lot of time here. We are going to request the Premier of this province to come and welcome you in a province of love and care.
Thank you, MEC, Program Director, President, Ministers, MEC's Executive Mayor, and fellow citizens of South Africa. I greet you all. Or should I say ni hao? Welcome back home. We are happy that you are back home and you are safe and most importantly, very healthy. Whilst welcoming you, allow me, President, to say to them that I see ambassadors here, health ambassadors of South Africa. I see ambassadors who would go out there into the public and take care of other fellow citizens by conscientizing them, making them aware about this disease. We would want to urge you to gain and take that courage of doing that because it is the right thing to do. So when you go back home, in your neighborhood, people must understand this virus. People must be in the position to can suck the experiences that you went through. People must be in the position to can understand what it is doing in other countries and elsewhere, wherever you have been. You must be able to teach our people about the virus. So, President, allow me to say welcome to these fellow citizens and hope that they'll continue with the safety measures that they've been trained and drilled about. Thank you very much.
That was the Premier of the hosting province. You remember when you arrived last week, Saturday, the streets of Polokwane were full of people waving, screaming, welcome you home to Mzansi. Not what you have heard before. So just remember the Saturday incident, not any other. So that's the man in charge of all those that you saw welcoming you, screaming you. The Commander-in-Chief is not alone. He has the Minister of International Relations, our mother here, Mena Lady Pandu. He also has the Minister of Home Affairs, otherwise you might not go back to China, those who want to go back, if I really do not really acknowledge him. Dr. Aaron Mutwale. And of course, the man in the cold front of coronavirus, you have seen what he has been doing. Running around is because we are mandated by them to look after you. You can see that we have got a caring and a loving government. So, Mr. President, the Mpeta will want to have just 2 words on behalf of all these repatriates, just what they want to say to our own government.
Okay.
Hello. Greetings, Honorable President Ramaphosa, Minister of Health, Honorable Zwelim Kize. We'd like to thank you for repatriating us because we really thought that we were going to die, and we did not want to die away from home. We'd like to also thank the NDHO, Mr. Ahmed Bam, Colonel Mudidre, Captain Warren Tyson, members of the SANDF, members of the SA Embassy Beijing, Mr. Stevens Makwela, and Mr. Simon Mudiba for accompanying us regardless of being in an environment where there is coronavirus and people that are coming from the epicenter. And we'd like to thank the Chief Pilot, Mr. Vusi Kumalo, and the SAA crew for risking their lives to come and collect us in an epicenter. And we thank you so much. We have the gratitude in our hearts to say to you, thank you very much for risking your lives and leaving your families behind just to get us as repatriates of South Africa. We are deeply thankful. And we'd like to thank the ranch and the General Manager, Mr. Paul Shearer, for the warm welcoming that they gave us when we got here. This feels like home, and none of us wants to leave.
In our midst, we have the executive mayor. She's ready to can sell you houses. A permanent citizen of this province, because you did indeed behave during your stay here. We are going to request Bungiwe Kenyani. She's got an item to render.
Ladies and gentlemen, allow this young lady from the rural of Eastern Cape in Limpopo to read this letter. It's such an honor and a privilege to stand in front of you, President, all the multi-departments. Thank you so much, guys, for your support. So I'm going to read this letter as it follows. Mr. President, to you and all the multi-departments, with all the tremendous respect I have for you, allow me to use my handwriting as I believe it has effectiveness more than typing. After being in quarantine in lockdown for 51 days in a foreign country, away from your loved ones, feeling devastated, not allowed to go outside, you start to skip meals because you're afraid to run out of food. You wave goodbye to each and every flight that you see because wishing that you can be there too. But somebody remembered us. You didn't just evacuate us, but you also evacuated our families, especially our parents, who had sleepless nights and also lost appetite. A thank you seems inadequate, but is the best way that I can say under these circumstances. I will always volunteer. I will always avail myself whenever our country, our world is in need of volunteers. In any kind of risk, because I know somebody once risked his life or her life to save mine. And I was once sincerely served. Somebody once told me that out of said situation, learn something good. I have learned that I cannot do great things, but I can do small things in a great way. Mr. Luther King, Martin King says, not everybody can be famous, but everybody can be great, because greatness is determined by service. I'm so pleased to say now, I have now relatives that I never thought I would, because we became a quarantine, ranch, resort, best, loving family. We are all humbled by the reception we received in South Africa, especially in Polokwane. We heard the news, but the Saturday that we arrived, I was so emotional, seeing all the residents waving to us and welcoming us, and the ranch resort staff are praying and dancing and singing. Kwaxhosa siye sithi sibamba ngazo zozibini nangamso. May the Lord turn his face towards each and every soul that helped to make this evacuation successful and protect those who continue working during this lockdown. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, South Africa. Long live South Africa, long live. Love Bukiwe Kinyani from Eastern Cape and Lebode. Thank you so much, guys, for your time.
It's nice to be a South African. It is nice. It feels good to be patriotic. Really, your letter, it's humbling. It's really humbling. I hope it touches a lot. We are going to invite the Commander-in-Chief. This country is led. It's led by a decision maker who doesn't look at who's saying what. But when decisions are to be made, he makes them. Popular or not popular, those decisions are made. At the end of the day, we are sitting here celebrating. Had that decision not been made, we will not be sitting here and celebrating. Mr. President, here you have your children. From Gauteng, we have 29 of them, all healthy. From Free State, we have 44 of them, all healthy. From Western Cape, we have 11 of them, all healthy. KZN, 7, all healthy. Eastern Cape, 4, all healthy. Northwest, 2, all healthy. Mpumalanga is 7. And the hosting province, Limpopo, the mighty Limpopo, the People's Garden of Eden. We have 7 from Limpopo. Now, to present our Commander-in-Chief, I am going to request our mother, Mena Lady Pando, to come here and present the Commander-in-Chief.
Thank you very much, MEC. Well, I'm not going to speak for very long except to say welcome home. And we're so glad that you're healthy and safe. And I'm happy that I no longer have to get SMSs from you. So I'm really glad to see you back home. I was just looking at my phone. The messages began on 29th of January. And they continued and continued. Minister Pando, what are you saying? Minister Pando. Then I would send to Minister Mkhize, Minister Mkhize, what are you saying? And then we would send to Minister Mapisa Ngapula. And then we got Minister Mutsoaledi involved. And I am so grateful to President Ramaphosa that he ordered the forces and said, Amani, Balande, Babuyele Kai. I'm really happy, really. I'm thrilled to see you here. Our president is leading us in one of our toughest challenges. We have to make sure that we win. And I think you're going to be fantastic foot soldiers to go out there and say to South Africans, this is a reality. This is true. It does happen. But you can stay safe. Everybody must exercise due care. And I really think as you WhatsApp, as you tweet, say it's real. It's real. But we can be safe. And let's keep as many of our people as possible safe and free of the virus. It can be done. You've proven it. And we thank you for the exemplary way in which we told you conducted yourselves while you were here. But my greatest happiness is no more WhatsApps, no more SMSs. We're really glad to welcome you back home and most privileged and honored to ask our Commander-in-Chief, our President, President Cyril Matamela Ramaphosa. Mr. President, I'm never sure. Is it Matamela, Cyril, Matamela? Never sure which side. But nevertheless, we're most proud to be led by you. We will follow the march as you have set it out to our nation. Here are your foot soldiers, Mr. President. Please come and address them.
Thank you. Let me start off by extending my greetings to the ministers who are here with us. Minister of International Relations, Dr. Naledi Pandor, Minister of Home Affairs, Dr. Aaron Motsoaledi, Minister of Health, Dr. Zwelini Mkhize. And let me also extend my greetings to the Premier of our province, Ntate Chupu Matabata, as well as our mayors who are here with us, as well as the officers of our South African National Defence Force, as well as the captain of the SAA who flew you back home, and officials in our various departments, and all of you ladies and gentlemen. Am I happy to see you alive and healthy? I have spent sleepless nights over you, and so I am happy to see you healthy and alive, and most importantly, beautiful that you are. And also representing the true demographic spread of our country, and in the splendor of the diversity that I see here amongst you, representing the true South Africa that we are. We're delighted that you are back home, but we're also delighted that you are coronavirus free. As we took the decision, and for us it was not a difficult decision, it was quite an easy decision to bring you back home. We decided, as the lockdown in Wuhan was taking effect, that we wanted to bring our compatriots back home. And we spoke to the Chinese government, and they were a bit concerned. They were saying, no, why now? Let them continue staying here. We're looking after them. And we said, we want our own back home in South Africa. And we insisted that you should be brought home. And that is why we then came up with this Operation Evacuate, to bring you back home. And we are delighted that it was so well executed by our South African National Defence Force, by the Department of Health, Department of International Relations, Department of Home Affairs, and yes, Department of Transport, or Department of Public Enterprises, in terms of laying out our plane that went to fetch you. And so all the people who participated in this mission executed it extremely well, without any fault whatsoever. And we give our gratitude to all those people, the cabin crew, the captains, the military officers, the health officers, and Home Affairs officers, DERCO officers. Let's give them a round of applause for the extremely wonderful work they do. And we also have to thank the government of Limpopo, because as we were looking for a place to bring you to, we looked for more than 84 places around the country. From the Free State to KZN, all over, we were looking for a place that was suitable, where you would be quarantined for 21 days as we initially conceptualized, and our staff had to go all over, literally visit every place. And in the end, the most suitable place was the ranch here in Limpopo. And it was then that we contacted our government And initially, there were concerns because the consultation process had taken too long to ensue, and the concerns whittled away when we finally said we are bringing back home healthy people. They are not carriers of the coronavirus, even as they are coming from the epicenter of the virus. And with that, the concerns that they may have had whittled away, and it finally led to the beautiful embrace that you experienced when you landed here. The embrace that enveloped you when you landed was led by our Premier, and I'd like to thank him, as well as the members of the Executive Councils, our MECs and various leaders, for having embraced you and for having welcomed you not only to Polokwane, but to Limpopo as a whole. Let's give them a round of applause and thank them. It was not an easy task because misinformation had gone through the country, and a number of places said, oh no, please don't bring them to us, don't bring them to us. But when we explained that none of you were carriers, those tempers lowered down, and our Premier led the charge in saying, we welcome them, and in the end, we are very pleased in the way that you were welcomed. I watched it on television, and I had tears in my eyes as I saw you descending from the plane, disembarking rather, getting into your buses, and the people of Polokwane lining up the streets and welcoming you. It was like welcoming home people who had long been lost for a long time, and it was wonderful, it was moving. So we thank them for that. But I also want to extend my gratitude to you, to all of you, each one individually. And thank you for the very wonderful sentiments, including the letter that was read by my little sister here from Libode. We are truly grateful. You are a true representation of what being South African is all about. You have experienced the compassion that our government has towards its citizens. You have touched that compassion that our government feels. We've spared no cost. To us, cost was not an issue. To us, effort was not an issue. To us, the logistical challenges were not an issue. The main issue was to bring you back home. And we are delighted that you came back home, but we thank you for being so receptive to what the government laid out. But we also want to thank you for being disciplined. You were also disciplined to accept to be quarantined for the full 14 days. Yes, I accept that you were quarantined for 51 days, but to be quarantined for an additional 14 days must have been quite something that is burdensome. So I thank you. And I haven't heard of any fights that any of you had. And if you did, they all stay here in the ranch. They don't go out of the ranch. I am particularly happy to hear that you became a family. You became the ranch family from Wuhan, and I am particularly pleased about that you got to know one another, but we should also be grateful to all those who've been supporting you. Firstly, to your families. I say thank you to your families for being understanding, for having been patient enough that once you have arrived home, you are taking time, 2 weeks to go back to your families and your households. I say thank you to them. And I'd like you to give your parents, your families a round of applause and thank them as well. we will soon be going to meet the staff of the ranch. And I think all of you are full of praise for the staff of the ranch. Give them a round of applause. We have to thank the staff of the ranch because they, more than anyone else, were prepared to make a sacrifice. They, more than anyone else, were prepared to take a risk. They were prepared to volunteer, to do something that ordinary people would never really do, to go and be of service to people who they may have thought had some virus or whatever, and they said they are prepared to come and serve you and to be amongst you. They are also the true heroes of all this. And so we thank them and must thank them. Now, I want to end by saying, if we ever had evangelists of a lockdown, you are our best evangelists. You are our best evangelists. We are now in day 3 of a 21-day lockdown. I am sorry you are going into another lockdown. So for you it's been 51 days and then 14 days. I'm sorry, another 18 days. I am sorry, but you are the best campaigners for a lockdown. Because you, more than anyone else, has seen that a lockdown does work. A lockdown does work. And I'd like you to spread the message to South Africans. I am going to be talking about you tonight. I am going to be thanking you, but telling the nation about you and saying you are the true evidence bearers of what a lockdown can do. Because Wuhan was able to reduce the level of infections because they had a lockdown. And China, which was number 1 in terms of infections in the world, as Minister Mkhize has been telling me, has now receded back. Countries like the United States and Italy have gone far above. And it is because of a lockdown. So a lockdown and social distancing does work. And I'm happy to see that even your seats are a meter away each. That's wonderful. So you are well schooled. And in fact, each one of you can have a master's degree or a PhD in what a lockdown is all about. So as you go back home tomorrow, to your various provinces, to your various communities, to your various families, we would like you to spread the word that you were able to be coronavirus free in China because you were locked down. And you continue to be coronavirus free because you're locked down, and now you are in another lockdown because this is a most dangerous virus. And unless we are disciplined like you have been, we will be consumed by this virus. So this is a serious message. Many of our people in South Africa are abiding by the lockdown regulations, but there are still some pockets here and there who are still carrying on as though the virus does not exist. So I want you to go and spread the word and tell our compatriots that yes, coronavirus is a reality and we must look after ourselves. We must continue having that social distancing. We must continue washing our hands, disinfecting our hands, and making sure that the places where we live are hygienic. So I send you off back to your families. I send you off back to your communities, knowing that you are coronavirus free. You do not have coronavirus. and we are happy about that. And thank you very much for being who you are. Welcome back home. We embrace you, and we thank you for coming back home. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. And I think you are fortunate to be addressed by the President. As such, you can't defy the President. What is important is that issue of you to be ambassadors. Because you might have been saved in China and here, but go out there and get infected. It will be really painful for my chief here. Dr. Mkhize will cry after everything, and then you go home and become reckless and you get infected. That will be the most painful. So the best thank that you can give us is to make sure you go and take care of yourself. We are all going to rise and remain standing as the President, together with his entourage, we're going to address the staff of the ranch, so we can stand up and sing and show that we are happy, we are appreciating our government. has got a lot of meaning to us, the rich people. The minister remember the time when it was very difficult. Pohiso started this song, and all the staff says, we are ready, we can do this, just by singing this song. And indeed, Jesus had listened to us, and indeed listened to our prayers. Here we are, safe, all of us, as the staff of the range. You are fortunate as the people of the range, as you today, you didn't believe when we say you will make history one day, and here you are. I don't remember in this country the staff of a lodge or of a hotel having to be addressed by the Commander-in-Chief himself, not alone, accompanied by the Minister of Home Affairs, Dr. Aaron Mutsaledi, the Minister of International Relations, Dr. Menaleli Pando, of course, the Minister of Health, Dr. Zwelin Keys, and of course, our first citizen here in the province, our Premier, will come and give a word of welcome as we give him a round of applause to welcome him.
Thank you very much, MEC, President, Ministers, MECs, Executive Mayor, the leadership of the South African National Defence Force, ntumeleng ke amogeleng le gona ke lebogeng go ba gona fa mo the Range Hotel. We used to call it the Range Motel, bjala e sale motel ke hotel. Ga boetapele bjo bo lego fa gore ba tlo re go lena re a leboga segolo thata se presidente le boetapele bjo bo lego fa bo stage go mo ke gore ba tlo re go lena re a leboga ene sa bohlokwa gape ke gore ba dira taba eo ka letšatši la morena ka Sontaga. A ke re le a tseba ba re tebogo mantšu a ditebogo a tšwa botebong bja pelo ke mantšu a e leng gore a hlahlwa ke lerato ka gare a nke o rela motho o sa ratego tša go diretše go tšona goba o sa mo ratego wa re ke a go leboga ga re leboge masetlapelo a re leboge manyami re leboga tše botse tše batho ba re direlago tšona re leboga le botse bo batho ba bo hlagišago mo go rena ka go rialo president ba mo le di-ministera ka moka tša gage tše beng di lebane le bothata bo lebego le lebane le bona tšitširipa ya taba e lebego le lebane le yona ge e be e le matsepeo ba tla re lebe le lebane le lešitaphiri lebe le lebane le lešitaphiri mare la re ka gore jwale ka ge le basadi le banna ba e leng gore ke banna tia ba ipheditše le basadi ba e leng gore ba ipheditše la re fa ro swara thipa ka bogaleng re laetše gore ka nnete re magaratheto mo go tlong go ba re tla fa go tletša seropeng jwale ka mmušo wa province re rata gore go lena babereki ba rena re le ka moso le ka moso se le re diretse go sona le re dirile batho lekgono bona president e mo lekgono ministera di mo lekgono di tlo thaetša ge rena ba bannyane re re go babereki ba rena le re dirile batho ka nnete lekgono ka jeno lekgono le rena re batho re swana le ba bangwe ka baka la lena le swareng le tiše ke a leboga le amogele
re a leboga tonakgolo ya rena ya mo Limpopo a re ba betheleng gape matsogo tonakgolo ba ke ba bangwe ba mašole a go kwešiša coronavirus go phala le rena ba bangwe ka gore ne ba e bereka every day ba tseba ke bona ba ka re thušang gore le ga re ya ko ntle re lwe ka re sa tlo lwa ntwaiša le e kgolo leeto le sa le letelele be ke tlo kgopela pogiso le ganyane a no re 2 minutes fela a fe mantši a emetše bašomi mmogo a re leteleng matsogo
Greetings to everyone and the country as a whole. I would like to thank this opportunity to stand.
Too much.
I hope no Greetings to everyone and the country as a whole. I'd like to thank this opportunity to stand before you, before our President of Republic of South Africa, Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa. I understand that our country and the globe as well, as whole, we are not happy about the take that this pandemic is move or grow. But today, all the staff from our operations, all the management as whole, as general, all the support and to take this opportunity like Isha Moderange. Department of Health as well. From the beginning of this thing, not till today. Again, the military guys. Not only military guys, but under military guys, the Navy team. Take care each and every day. By making sure we do the testing each and every day in the morning. And by this disease COVID-19, this virus. So, guys, when you go back home or wherever, let's try by all means to advise everyone in country in general, on the media or whoever wanted assistance. Let's try to advice I try to keep it clean. Always, let's go each and every time. But safer and
please make sure that in COVID-19. We know as South Africa, we take this thing lightly. While the world, go Italy, go China, but I urge even Mr. President, tribal between self-isolation and quarantine. Self-isolation, as individuals, even we take care of ourselves. When the president says, stay at home, he says, stay at home because of what's the way this disease is. We just hear from the media around South Africa or around Africa. Yeah, no get information abroad, overseas. So guys, I urge every one of us, please, let's try to give the right information about this thing. Let's not take this disease lightly as they take out there. And I beg again, please guys, let's do all our best to spread this information. And the whole team, staff side the range, the team, the unitary we worked very hard on that's why the president like they used to do in other hotels or other provinces, but they came by jail. So, guys, please, let's be unity. It's not about this thing. We know we are heroes as we stand here. We are heroes not for today only, but forever. This thing it will more Africa from today till or ever. COVID-19. They will mention Oriso or they will mention Dr. or Ministers William Kize or whatsoever because of the COVID-19. I'd like to thank these opportunities, guys. Please, let's take care of ourselves. If we can check on the Bible, there's Isaiah 26. It's Isaiah 26, verse 20. Can you please, when you're home, guys, read that so that we can be able to understand that everything that is happening is because of His grace.
Thank you, Pokiso. We are going to request now, Paul, on behalf of management. I know you've got just one sentence to say. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Professor, for shortening my speech. Mr. President, thank you for being here. And obviously, also, Mr. Matsueli, as he mentioned, this place, once upon a time, it was, in 1960, it was called the Ranch Motel. And today, well, this year is our 60th year anniversary of the Ranch Resort. And we've come a long way. And I'd just like to say, also re-emphasize what Professor has said, is that if you're looking for volunteers to go out anywhere in Limpopo, in the country, we have our volunteers here waiting for you. And just lastly, from our side, when we've learned some great lessons here, and when the critics said why is Limpopo and why Polokwane and why was the ranch hosting this, and I think we've all stood together as stakeholders, everyone around us, and we've showed them that why not. Limpopo, Polokwane, and the citizens here are great people, and bring anything, no matter how big or small, we can execute it to world standards. Thank you, and yeah, thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. While she's still connecting, I'm going to request the Minister of Home Affairs, Dr. Aaron Mutwaleni, to present to us our Commander-in-Chief, our President. Can we give him a round of applause as we
ke a leboga mswara mara a ke thome ka go leboga premier ya Limpopo le di-MEC ka moka tša mo Limpopo ke dumediše le bašomišane ka nna Minister Pando le Minister Dr. Mkize ke dumediša le yena Commander-in-Chief President wa a tlileng ka nama mo a se a roma bana ke dumediša le lena ka moka bašomedi ba mo le Paul Shearer there le a tseba gore nna ke nna o mongwe wa lena moake ke hlwa ke etla mo ka gore ke gae. Unfortunately, the last time I was here, your brother Apollo, who died of cancer. It was a very painful moment at that time. But I know we've already received invitation from Mr. Shearer himself about a celebration that is going to take place here. I got that invitation, so I'm coming back. So, na kare kilo mwale na kile toaechi. Ke khale ke tseba gore modiro le tlo dira ka mokgo le hlwa le shoma re tlile mo ka le a tsore government ya Limpopo e phela mo every opportunity is swariwa mo every major event is swariwa mo the conference is swariwa mo so re tseba ka mokgo le swara batho ka ona fela le hono you are receiving the crown from the commander-in-chief. Keep it up and ke sa lebale gore ge le tloga mo le a metseng ene le pile gore mo metseng ba bantši a ba kgolo ba re afu ga ba kgolo so ge le fitlha kua le seke la dula fela le ge le gore le ya go tota le ya go quarantina gape mara le tsebiše batho ba metse president ke batho ba direntše ba one of the best destinations you can ever choose, not only in Limpopo, in the whole republic. And I think the world knows that now. Thank you, President.
Argulem Fats. Dumela. Abshe. Dumasiar. Yenova Masiar. Ke thome ka go dumediša di-minister tsa rena ja se ke le kwele re ne di-minister tsa rena tse tharo tse ke sepelang le tsona ke minister wa rena wa Home Affairs Dr. Motsoaledi le minister wa rena wa tsa kwa ntle international relations ke Dr. Pando ke minister wa tsa bophelo ke minister Mkize ke dumedise le tonakgolo ya rena Ntate Mathabata ke dumedise le di-MEC tsa šomang le tsona di-MEC tsa rona di gona mo le meyara wa rena wa mo Polokwane ke dumediše le ba bagolo ba South African National Defence Force ya rena ke dumediše le bao ba tlisitseng bao ba tswang kwa China ba ne re ba latile ba difofane le ba Home Affairs le ba embassy ya rena ke dumediše le management ya rena mo ke dumediše le lona batho ba šomang mo ke lena ba bohlokwa go feta ba ka moka na bona ke a le dumediša ka leina la Modimo ke lethabo le legolo mo go nna gore ke be gare ga lena se ntsa ke sa swinene kore ni kuma nkarhi lowu wa ku ri ni ta ni ta vulavula na n'wina hi swi twile ku ri i n'wina vanhu lava nga amukela vanhu lava va machudeni laha yi nga va landzaku le a China hi swi tsakela ngopfu gore kuna vanhu vo fana na mina zvito ri takadza choṱhe zwi to ita mbilu dzashu dzi takale mbilu dzashu dzo to tshena choṱhe dzo tsheniswa nga vhoinwi vhathu vhane vha shuma hafhanoni the ranch ri ri phanḓa nga vhathu vhane vha shuma the ranch phanḓa phanḓa nga vhashumi vha the ranch phanḓa ra le leboga kudu-kudu gore le ile la amogela batho ba ne re ba latile ko China la bona ke lona di-volunteers tse tsamaelang kwa pele re na le go bolela ka di-volunteers ba bangwe ba re ke nna volunteer wara mare ke lona di-volunteer tsa lefu le bophelo ka gobane lena le ile la president roma rena ha batho ba ntse ba bolela ka thuma mina ke lena masole a thuma mina ya nnete ra le leboga ka gobane di ile la ema ka maoto a mabedi la emisa matsogo la re roma rena ke rona ba tla amogelang batho ba coronavirus or no coronavirus re a ba amogela re tla ba thusa re tla ba apela re tla ba tlhatswetsa diaparo re tla ba fa dijo re tla ba šomela ntho engwe le nngwe so setšhaba se sa South Africa se a le leboga yaanong ke kwele ka celebration e tla bang gona a ke tsebe ke celebration ya eng ke boletse le minister wa health ke re a go nei batho ba tshwanetseng gore ba hwetše certificate of excellent service ke lena ke lo le signela certificate of excellent service o mongwe le o mongwe wa lena o mongwe le o mongwe wa lena o tla hwetša certificate se tswang ko union buildings se saenweng ke president go le leboga re a le leboga ka dipelo tsa rena ka mokana tsona re leboga mošomo o botse ka gobane you really took the risk you really were prepared to sacrifice you were taking a risk ka gobane batho ba ne re ba latile much as we knew they didn't have coronavirus mara go ba beya under quarantine could have resulted in any one of them having the virus and spreading it amongst you. You were prepared to take that risk, and we are delighted that you are amongst those South Africans who have been prepared to volunteer to save the lives of others. But I am delighted, Corey, you do not have coronavirus. You are free of coronavirus. Thank you very much. So, Mamota, we have opened up the ranch. We had closed it down to code red. Now, green zone. Green zone. So, we both the ranch. Le kabuela magaeng a lena re nyako leboga di family tsa lena malapa a lena gore ba ile ba le dumella gore le ile le masole a nnete mare re leboga gape gore ke lena ba tlamang ba tsamaisa molaetsa o botse wa gore Kannete coronavirus is a serious, serious virus. Re khopela batho ba rena ka mokana bona. Every one of us, re tlhokomele ka ba coronavirus e gona. Nna ke leboga batho ba South Africa gore since re etse lockdown ke letsatsi la boraro bjang re etse lockdown batho ba bantši ba latela melao e re beileng go na le bao nyana ba se kang ba latela molao gabotse re lena ha le boela magae le ile o botsa bao ba le dulang le bona gore coronavirus is a serious, serious virus, and everybody must look after themselves. We must wash our hands, we must have social distance, and we must treat this disease or this virus as deadly. As it is now, it is spreading throughout our country, and therefore this lockdown must be taken seriously by all of us. You took the lockdown seriously and you remained here. We applaud you, and that is why for to keep all our returnees safe and well served, I am going to give you those certificates of not only service, excellent service. Re modimo a belelena re leboga mishomo e botse ke nyaka o leboga le mmuso wa rena wa mo Limpopo wa bona ha ne re batla mo batho ba re ka ba beyang teng re ile ra lebella dibaka tse 84 re sepetse South Africa e ka mokana yona ra ya Freistata ra ya kae le kae ra ya Gauteng ra ya KZN. The ranch is the best place where we could put our compatriots in quarantine. Lenali, a very nice facility, and we thank the owners of the ranch and the management for having agreed that we should use this facility. We thank you for having also kept our returnees in the way that you did. We are eternally grateful to have made this available, but we want to thank the government of Limpopo for having sacrificed also their other events, because when we took it over, they had their own events planned and they understood that yes, we should use it. So Raleleboha as the government, Raleleboha Lelena as Bashumi, we thank the management as well, and we thank everybody who has been of great service to our returnees. And now I know for you are volunteers and you are prepared to volunteer for the next mission. As volunteers. La dumelana. Ke na le dinomoro tsa lena ke tla le founela.
President Warina, imagine Barry the most speed dialing sa president. Ke batho ba bakae bao ba le matlhatse yao na certificate sona ke a se duma. I'm trying to imagine a shortlister ka create an attachment only certificate of excellence signed by the president. Mayor, can you not shortlist that person? It's going to be difficult not to shortlist. So it will go a long way. Rena, I think modiro wa lekgono re feditse ka ona re le Limpopo re nya go leboga boetapele ba president wa rena boetapele ba di minister tša rena kudu minister wa maphelo re bile le yena throughout when it was tough ne re mo founela midnight. He was there to make sure this thing ran. President must be indicate if he was not a father and a brother to all of us here, maybe we would not have reached this level. He's just a phone call away, and we cry, he will run or he will therefore assist. Marahuli nakamuka, tunahulu ya rena bona, merako bona kuri tamaudra sekinya ko bona sidragechi so. And I hope, Premier, your people here, your soldiers, have not let you down. They will get certificates from the president. So that means that they've represented you and the province very well. So we are really proud of you. You might be the first citizen in the province of Limpopo to get acknowledgement by the president in the form of writing. The president cannot come and they've misquoted me. He would have signed the certificate. So it's there, it's in writing. You will say it for life. So you can't come tomorrow and say, hey, I didn't say that. It's in writing. So you will say it and people will